Too many people were okay, why did they?
Hey guys, welcome to vlog number 2 of season 2, and welcome to London. After 1 year of travelling around the world, I'm finally back in my own city. So I want to show you around a little bit of that. Okay, so what am I doing in London today? So I'm here to meet my friend Blackie. Blackie and I go kind of way back, I've known him for about 5-6 years. Actually, back in 2013, I was playing in a punk band, and Blackie was also playing in a rock and roll band called The Howling. They actually did really well. They played some big UK festivals, and his band and my band, we used to kind of play the same kind of clubs in London around the same kind of time. While I was traveling in Malaysia, he sent me a message and he said, Rob, I've kind of been writing this song. It's kind of inspired by travel and adventure, but also a little bit by your journey. I'd love to hear what you think about it. He emailed me this song, and I sat in my bed in Malaysia thinking like, this is the exact song. This is going to be the theme song for my film 4 Sides of a Coin. Now guys, 4 Sides of a Coin. This vlog number 2 of season 2 is going to be all about explaining to you guys exactly why I was traveling the world for a year and what is 4 Sides of a Coin.
Exploring, we're trying to find out as much as we can about the world.
But I'm here today to meet Blackie. We're going to talk about him recording that song to use as a theme song for the actual film 4 Sides of a Coin, and he's also going to be going traveling at some point, so I'm here to kind of help out and give him some general tips and advice on traveling. So that's kind of it. Let's get going. So, 4 Sides of a Coin, what is it and how did I think of it and what does it mean? 4 Sides of the Coin is a 3-part project. 1 is the book, 2 is the film, and 3 is a soundtrack. Because hey, the film's going to need some music and some copyright-free music. I've kind of played in bands and a bit of a musician, and I've got a bunch of musician friends like Blackie, who we're going to meet today, that can kind of help me out with the soundtrack to the film.
Impressive. Most impressive.
So let's talk about the book. I had this idea, I was in the stage of my life, I was quite comfortable in my job, I had a successful career, I had a nice house, but I kind of really needed to be challenged. I needed to challenge myself. I thought, how can I change that? How do I really make myself grow? What about if I stripped away everything that keeps me comfortable? I sell my house, I quit my job, my safe career. I take every cent I have and I spend that on a year traveling around the world. I thought, well, you need to have something to show for it. And I thought, well, I can write a book, you know, but then I thought, how am I going to write it? Am I going to write it as a novel? Am I going to write it as a kind of diary? Am I going to do like a collection of blogs? And in the modern age, blogs are like, you know, a drop in the ocean. There's so many blogs online. Everyone writes a blog. I think they're a little bit throwaway, and I don't know how much everyone really puts in terms of effort into them. Some are great, but some are definitely better than others. I don't want to just travel the world and just write a blog or just, you know, sort of kind of diary or list what I did, got up, had breakfast. I wanted it to be about the juice of what I got from this experience, and about, you know, who I met and who I kind of learned from, and how I grew, and what things meant to me, what they reminded me of, what they taught me, and all this kind of stuff. And maybe inspire some people too, that, you know, you too, you can quit your job, you can sell your home, you can do anything you want. And it's never too late to change your life, you know?
It's never too late to try again. It's never too late to decide you want more out of life. It's never too...
So when I had this idea finalized that I was going to write a book, I was going to make a documentary, and then the soundtrack to follow that film, I set upon my journey and I started traveling the world. The biggest thing is personal experience, of course, but I really wanted to put a lot of heart and soul and passion into my book and my film, and then, you know, coming up soon, the soundtrack. And as I was writing the book, I started to realize that I didn't want any of me to be in the film. I didn't want the film to be about my journey. I didn't want my film to have my opinion or my thoughts or bias in it. I really wanted the film to be a gift to the people that I visited and stayed with. I wanted it to be their thoughts, their opinions, their heart, their openness and their truth. I want someone in Cambodia to be able to share their voice with someone that's never met them before in Dallas, Texas. And I really wanted the film to be that. My book ended up becoming more of a journal for me. So my book became like my personal thing, and this was about my journey. So which countries and cultures did I choose to include as the main inputs for my film? United States of America, Cambodia, Japan, and then India. I wanted 4 very culturally rich countries and cultures that would be quite different from each other. So for me, America is very much representing a Western perspective. Cambodia, they've been through a lot as a country and as a people, but they're also known as being the friendliest people in the world. Japan, totally different culture altogether. known as being a very high-tech society, very hard-working. They also have some sort of social issues underneath. They have high suicide rates because they work so hard, but they're also very friendly and very polite people, so I don't know, it was a very interesting perspective. And then India has so many people in that country, it is unreal, and they all have to get by their daily business by learning patience with each other and not kind of reacting with each other, because there's only so much space for so many people. Equally, India is very, very poor on the one hand, and it also has a booming economy on the other. I thought each was kind of different from each other. There are other places I would have loved to have included. I mean, I'd love to have just filmed the world, but you know, it would take a lifetime. But for this project, I would have loved to have filmed, for example, Africa. Russia could have been interesting. So there's a lot of other places which could have been really cool. But I had to pick 4. The reason I didn't pick 10 or 20 was because if I tried to understand 20 countries in a year, I would see a snapshot and I wouldn't even get close. Even 4 countries, I'm really only sort of skimming the surface, but it was enough to kind of meet people and gain their trust and their friendship that I could interview them and share their stories with you.
I love it when a plan comes together.
So, how did I meet these people and how did I go about interviewing them? Well, I basically just left it to pure chance. So I met people in many different ways, from many different walks of life. We're talking journalists, bike shop owners, rock stars, government workers, a real kind of mix of people. Life is a collection of chances, and whoever you come across is really a true selection of your day. If I chose to interview, right, I want a sports person, I want a, you know, it's just not going to work, you know what I mean? So that was how I kind of did that. So what were the questions I was asking these people in these interviews, and how long would I interview them for? Well, I mean, the interviews would last as long as it would take for them to answer their questions. So sometimes some people were faster and maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. Sometimes people talked a lot and it would be an hour, hour and a half. So, you know, I'm going to have a lot of editing ahead of me to kind of narrow that down and make that work. But, you know, it was great fun and very, very interesting and insightful to really do that. The questions I was asking, I have some here. So, very big, kind of simple but challenging life questions. So, number 1, what makes you happy and what makes you sad? Number 5, what do you think it means to love someone? Number 7, what does success mean and look like to you? Number 11, what do you believe happens to you when you die? Number 15, what inspires you the most? So there was around 15 questions, and some people were very quick like this, others really deep in getting into it. So my typical day, I would wake up, I would write for 2 or 3 hours, I'd go out filming around town, I'd film whatever I can, some location footage or just some photos, whatever, some fun stuff, some stuff for these old vlogs I did in my last season of vlog, and then hopefully if I was going to do an interview, I'd get across town and go and film the interviews as well. And then I'd get home, of course, in the evenings, and every evening I had to take all the files out of my camera and start storing all this kind of data and all the interviews in one box, and then kind of location footage in another box, vlog stuff in this, photographs down here, books. So it was a big task. Every single day was writing, filming, photographs, filing, meeting people, talking, discussing, planning. And you know, this is aside from the everyday stuff of like trying to find somewhere to eat, have a shower. So it was a pretty busy schedule. It's kind of, but you know, I'd never change it for the world. It's the best year of my life. Okay, so Blackie.
Hello.
We've been friends since 2013-ish?
2012, 2013, I think, yeah.
How did we know each other?
Through similar band scenes. Used to be in the same grimy bars and clubs. We've been playing bands with each other, playing gigs with each other.
What band did you play in?
The Howling.
The Howling?
Yeah.
So many writers, so many rappers, so many violent police, no bouncers, so many listeners without doing anything we do. There's so many traitors, too many faceless, too many drugs, too many daggers, too many record stores, living in the best times. But there's never one like you.
Started to band ourselves, and then we started doing gigs with guys like yourself.
And what was the biggest show you played?
We did a couple of shows with Kasabian in Amsterdam. Kasabian in Amsterdam was the biggest one. Plus we headlined a tent in Download Festival.
Download Festival. So Download is the biggest UK rock festival, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. And so you're actually, or you've written a song, not specifically for my film, but like I was in Malaysia. In fact, let me spin this around for a second. So I was actually in Penang Island in Malaysia, and Blackie had emailed me and said, Robbie, I've been writing a song. It's kind of inspired by travelling, and like it's called The Travelling Man or
Traveller.
Sorry, it's called The Traveller, and he sent it to me. So I'd love to hear what you think about it. And I listened to the song, and it's just absolutely amazing. And for me, it really hits the nail on the head in terms of that travelling feel. And when I've taken bus rides through the California mountains and stuff.
Split behind the tree inside the wood. You should take the one that's traveled, 'cause there ain't no wrong turns. And pretty soon you'll know it ain't where you've gone.
Coming into the LA, and you get like an hour or two just weaving through these mountains. It has that real like slight Americana feel to it, but like really, really perfect in terms of that. So we're going to be using that hopefully for my film. As long as like,
That's fine.
cool with that. So yeah, so you've been writing this song, The Traveller.
Yeah.
What inspires you about travelling? How do you feel about?
The actual song itself was written for that purpose, because I've always wanted to do travelling, and didn't find myself in a situation that I could quite easily. So I kind of travelled through watching other people's videos, and the song was built off the back of that. My passion of mine has been travelling, and I've done nowhere near enough. It's kind of why I'm going to start doing it now. So the song come first, really, before I did the travelling, because it's what I want to do. It's what I want. It's a big passion. It's what feels right to do. Yeah, just based off other people's travelling rather than my own, to be honest.
What do you hope to get out of travelling? What kind of experiences do you hope to?
I find that I don't appreciate my life, how easy it is. A very simple life that I do, just some DJing and hang around with friends and a bit of gym, bit of keep fit, and have a really nice, easy life. And I found myself getting a bit bored with it, and I shouldn't really, because it's such a nice life compared to what other people have got around the world. So I want to take in other people's cultures, see what inspires them. I guess it's that. I guess it's appreciation and widening the mind. Yeah, I've got a bit closed-minded, I think, and a bit stuck. So something like that.
What's the most embarrassing story you could ever tell?
When I was 18, I was in I was got on a coach with all my mates, and I took all my clothes off, and I went into the top rack. You know, they all look like little luggage. Went up there, and I was going to surprise them, and they all got on the couch, on the coach. Sorry. So it stopped suddenly, and I come flying out of this luggage rack and straight onto a seat, and I slipped 2 discs in my back, and I had to be carried down just around my pants. And I had to lay in my mum and dad's bed while they slept downstairs for about 2 weeks.
Nice.
Quite a nice normal life.
So you're going to be travelling the world?
Yeah, well, much of it as I can. I've only got like about 8 or 9 months to play with. Maybe just do like Australia, Malaysia, Bali, and that sort of stuff. See how I go with that.
Nice. Blackie, dude. Been a pleasure to see you, bro.
And you, mate.
Cheers, man.
Okay.
See you later.
Yeah.
Cool blimey, governor, cool blimey. All right then, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you like this vlog, click the subscribe button, and then you can be the first to watch any new videos that I upload to the YouTube channel. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want to leave a comment, tell me what you think of it, if you liked it, etc. That would be great. Meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend and your week, or whatever time of the day it is. Happy Christmas, Merry Easter, and have a great New Year. And I hope you have a lovely week. I'm going to shut up now. As they say in London, mate. As they say in London, you know what I mean. As they say in London, see you later, mate. See you later.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Build it up with sticks and stones, sticks and stones, sticks and stones. Build it up with sticks and stones, my fair lady.
But on the night the sky was full of noise and loud as roar. Took my last roll, took my last roll. And in spite of that, you're still so close and right in back. It's not a roll, it's not a roll. This is just how it goes. Action is the one thing we know. Be the love, but don't let it show. Maybe you just feel it on my